But we begin with KOMO 4's John Humbert, who's live where the violence began at Cafe Racer. He has the very latest in this still developing story. John?
Well, guys, for the last 3 hours, people have gathered here at this cafe to remember the lives lost. Some have been upset and angry at us for being here, so we've backed off and given them some space to mourn. So ends a brutal day of violence by a man going from one end of Seattle to the other. In these photos, we see Ian Stawicki from another time. He was a man from Ellensburg who smiled, showed off his tropical tattoos, and had an omnipresent beard. But these are the most recent pictures, still frames from surveillance video taken just moments before Seattle police say Stawicki opened fire. 5 people in the cafe were hit. 2 were declared dead at the scene. Another passed away later in the afternoon, and finally around 9 tonight, a 5th succumbed to injuries. From the cafe, Stawicki fled the scene and went downtown and carjacked a random driver.
And I see this man kicking this woman who's lying on the ground, and then he takes a gun out of his right pocket and leans over her and shoots her in the head.
Joanne Stremler saw it happen and started to give the woman CPR.
And just held her hand, and she wasn't aware of what was going on, but she was still alive.
That woman died, the 5th death in a single day at the hands of one man. Police say Stawicki made his way to West Seattle. He was confronted by officers. Instead of surrendering, he knelt down, put a gun to his head, and fired. Stawicki later died at the same hospital as some of the shooting victims. Back at the cafe that started it all, over 100 people came to the former crime scene to remember those lost. They had little to say but let music be their benediction and remembrance, a hopeful end on one of the darkest of days. Now, a regular to the cafe told us that he had seen Stawicki come in and said that he was erratic and conspiratorial in nature, just didn't have a very good feeling about him from the very beginning. As for the mourners, these folks have had a lot of excitement throughout the evening, proud about the music that they've shared, but mournful as well about the tone for the evening. Many of them just trying to figure out exactly why this happened. Live in the U District, John Humbert, KOMO 4 News.
Thank you, John. Tonight